Make sure.
There we go.
What's up?
Hello.
Happy Friday.
What's
Welcome
up?
back to another Shit Talk Fridays. I'm Gina.
And I'm Evo.
And tonight, we are drinking motherfucking Ciroc.
Yo, a classic summertime special that we almost forgot about.
I don't even know why the hell did I want to drink this.
Um, I guess it's just the season. It's in the air.
I don't know. I actually, guys and ladies, I have actually no idea why I wanted to drink this. But
Thank
I,
God you did pick this.
because we've been drinking wine
Yeah, we have.
for like literally the past, I want to say, good couple months.
Yeah,
Easily, right?
steadily. Yeah.
Okay. And I was like, I kind of want to switch it up. But oh, I remember why we wanted to drink Ciroc. It was because at the height of the pandemic, we were kind of reminiscing because we're at the end of March, beginning of April. We were talking about the things that we were doing at the height of the pandemic, and in the month of April, we decided to buy like $300 worth of liquor, and we were like, $300 worth of liquor? It's gonna last us about three
Yeah, we
months.
figured we're not going anywhere. Might as well stock up.
Yeah.
We were supposed to pace ourselves.
Yeah, and
Sure.
yeah, we'll be good for like a
Yeah.
couple months. We fucked up all that liquor.
We got the extra large, gigantic, obnoxious bottle that you get at the club when you're trying to act like a baller. Yeah, we got that for just us at home, like some delinquents.
And one of the bottles was coconut Ciroc.
It was a coconut Ciroc bottle. This shit was ginormous, and I'm not talking about. This is not the one that fits in the ice pail. Like, no, this is like the souvenir one, like the one that's like on the side of the bar. Just looking
That you don't even
fancy.
think is real.
You
You're
don't think
like
it's real.
you're like there's water in that
Yeah,
shit.
that's the one that we bought,
Ain't nobody drinking that.
and we drank that whole shit.
He says, "Evo, you sound low."
I do. Okay. Hang on for 1 second.
Maybe it's because Evo's voice is so damn deep.
Okay. How about now? Hopefully that fixed it.
I'm gonna take a sip while we figure that out real quick. Mm. Yo,
Yeah.
I smashed that.
Yeah. This thing is a problem.
I smashed that. That's not good.
I know. And I'm already on my second. I'm already on my second one. And
He said, "Nope."
how do I sound low? I mean, I'm not understanding what's going on right now. This is not supposed to be happening. God damn it.
Okay. Aw. Yo, Mark, what's up? Hey, you guys. I hope you're both doing okay. You both look great.
What's up, Mike?
Sounds like Mike is off. Gina, Mike is on.
No, my mic is definitely on.
Picking it up.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on a second. That's interesting.
Hang on. Oh.
Said oh, and I think I want to like.
Okay, so tell me now. Hopefully that resolved the issue.
Your gain is now it's really high.
Yeah, now my gain is high.
What was wrong with that?
I had to switch it back to the multi-input audio because
Mark, let me tell you something. I actually think that I put out some juju out there because I literally said to myself while I was getting ready today, I said, I wonder how Mark is doing. And boom, there he is. Nice to see you, and thank you for complimenting on our looks tonight. I appreciate that.
Mark's the man.
Is he?
Yeah,
No, I'm just fucking
he
around.
said both gains are high. Damn, I guess we must have like came in super high now. All right.
Evo over here fucking shit up. Okay, so it's still peaking really high. Yeah, thanks.
All right. So, maybe we'll do a little bit of this.
Okay, so please tell me that sounds better. I don't
Sosa,
understand. What did you do different this time?
talk to me, brother. My mic sounds nice. Check one.
I appreciate you, Sosa.
Check one. Check two. My levels is good.
I should have had my headphones on.
what's the new thing you got? So we got actually a bunch of new things.
Oh my God.
We've got.
It's kind of like, what didn't we get?
What didn't we get? So we added some new microphones to the setup. We added. Thank you, Sosa. 100% good. We also added a new camera to our setup. We changed our streaming software device.
Oh my God.
We added some video graphics processing so that we can have some smooth streams.
I can't believe I'm about to crack this open already.
Yeah. It's been quite a bit of upgrading going on.
That's strange, because I was also thinking about both of you guys today and hoping you were both doing well. Mark, I appreciate that. Literally, I'm telling you, the juju was out there, the vibes were out there. Yeah, what is it called? The quantum entanglement.
Quantum entanglement. I like that.
No, that's what it is. Quantum entanglement.
Is that what that is?
So I explained to you, I was listening to a podcast from a theoretical physicist, and he was talking about how quantum entanglement works. So basically, two particles at any given time are separate until they interact with each other. And then once they interact with each other, they're then no longer ever considered autonomous.
Okay.
So since Mark and I and you and I and the three of us have interacted, even though we have never physically left, we have never physically met Mark. We have conversed with him.
So we're quantum entangled.
We're quantum entangled because we are no longer able to be separate.
Right.
Based on quantum physics.
Okay.
So if I mentally put out something out there, it's possible that Mark picks it up. And I know that sounds like a little cuckoo, but I've been kind of diving a little bit into quantum physics as much as I can grasp.
Well, I mean, listen,
as I pour this thing.
If you really think about that, if you really think about how the Earth has magnetic fields in it, which is a scientific fact, right? And we have sensories, right, where we can feel each other. Like if I come up behind you,
and this is something I've taught you,
right?
That you're repeating.
No. This I knew. Okay.
Okay.
So if I come up behind you, you can sense me, right? Because of the energies that we possess in our body. It's your sixth sense.
Okay.
Right? So if you put out a sense or a thought or energy and you put it out into the world, which is magnetically and electronically charged, there is the possibility that you can send something over to something that you're connected to, and create some type of connectivity.
That was deep, Evo.
That was deep.
But anyway,
let's go there.
Huh?
I said don't let me go there.
Listen, that's actually like a little bit more my realm, and your realm is like, if we start talking about crypto, then guys and ladies, we're like in for it.
That's my realm right now. Hey, by the way, is anybody invested in cryptocurrency right now?
Oh Jesus Christ! Why did I even bring that shit up?
I'm just saying, because if you are people, there's money to be made.
Because the word of the day is Dogecoin.
Dogecoin.
That's the word of the day, Dogecoin.
Yeah, that's a funny ass scam coin that.
And as I said that, Evo looked over to his phone because he's got fucking like 15 alerts happening right now.
And I'm getting alerts right now on Ethereum. If you're in Ethereum, congratulations. All right, to all the money baggers.
Okay, so listen, let's get into our first topic for the night. And our first topic for the night is, it's over for JLO and AROD. It's a rap beat.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm a little sad about that.
Really?
Because I felt like that they made a good couple.
Why?
Well, I mean, from what they led publicly, it seemed like that they had a lot of fun together. It seemed like they handled their relationship in the public eye very well, as to where some other celebrities, they kind of like keep it in the dark. They try to like hide their relationships. They don't want to be public and stuff like that. And because it's kind of hard to live your life and your personal life publicly.
I would agree.
You know what I mean? So a lot of people, they decide to keep it behind closed doors.
Okay.
And they were very public about a lot of things that they did. And I felt like when they were out, and the image that they put forward was kind of what you want to see in when it comes to celebrities. You know, they look like they were having a lot of fun together. You know, they were a good looking couple together. Seemed like they were very comfortable being in front of the camera together and stuff like that. You know, and it's just, you know, they were in their element. So I like that. You know.
Honestly speaking, I'm not one of those people. I think what's really funny about me overall, like my overall dynamic is really funny because like I know a lot about what goes on in the entertainment world. I know a lot about what goes on in like TV, film, music. Like I follow a lot of this stuff, right? But Lord knows I could give two squirrel shits about anybody's romantic relationship.
You know you was into Bennifer.
Okay, why you jumping ahead, bro? Why you jumping
Because
ahead?
right, because you know you're saying something that I know is slightly not true.
Okay. That was a long time ago.
That was the exception to the rule.
It's not that it was the exception to the rule, but you're jumping ahead.
All right,
And
my bad.
And
Let
I'm
me pump the
gonna
brake.
gut
I'm
you.
gonna pump the brake. I'm gonna pump the brakes.
But I'm gonna explain to you. You know. Generally, I don't care about people's romantic relationships when it comes to celebrities because I feel like what is portrayed for the media is very different what goes on behind closed doors, right?
Right.
So the reason why I chose to talk about JLO and AROD, because I brought this to your attention, is not because of the ending of their relationship. It's because of the comments and the tweets that I read on Twitter that people were talking about at the height of their breakup. That's what led me to want to talk about this.
Okay.
And I found some of the tweets to kind of be like, I was a little taken back by them shits.
Well, tell me why. Like,
Okay.
what was some of the content of these tweets? I haven't been on social media and haven't read anything about any comments or like you broke the news to me. So
yes. So I want to just read something really quick. Hold on.
Sure.
Hold on.
I'm gonna check the Facebook.
So Mark says, well, it's lovely to be quantum entangled for the first time. Thank you both for taking my quantum entangle. Wait. He said, thank you for taking my quantum entanglement virginity. And Mr. Cosmic Victory, remember A-Rod got that sports deal after their breakup? And then Sosa says, to be honest, I was like, finally, JLO will stop bouncing around man to man.
Yes. So
Okay.
I agree with Sosa on that one.
Okay.
So I thought that this was it.
Okay. Woo, let me just take a breath on that. Not a breath, a breath.
A breathifice.
That is actually kind of part of the conversation that was happening on Twitter. I find it so interesting that a lot of people were putting the focus on this breakup on JLo. And a lot of people were saying things like, I thought this was the one for her. I thought that, JLo finally found love. I thought that JLo was finally happy. I find all of these comments to be so funny because what makes you think that JLo's not happy without A-Rod, number one? What makes you think that JLo is not happy without a man, period? And thirdly, why does anyone think, or why does anyone look at it like I was hoping that JLo finally found her man? At the end of the day, what fucking difference does it make? Because a woman doesn't need a man to complete them. They would like a man. I don't think that they need a man to complete them, especially on JLo's caliber.
No, you're right. No woman needs a man. No man needs a woman. Every person needs a friend that they can turn into a lifetime companion.
I would 1000% agree with that.
Yes, so
Evo, Iron Man, I love you 3000. Okay?
So I think that people are caught up in this fantasy fairy tale where a man meets a woman and they go out and ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after. But in the reality is that doesn't matter what the sex is. What you really want is someone you can call your best friend,
Agreed.
who then you can make, be intimate with and make your lifetime partner with.
Agreed. Because one thing I will say that I have learned about being in a long-term relationship is that you go through different cycles.
Yeah.
And those cycles that can really make or break you in a relationship. And there are times that you go through something in a relationship that one of the partners may not be equipped to handle.
Absolutely.
So that being said, some of the other tweets and comments that I read pertaining to JLo and A-Rod's breakup really fucking knocked my socks off. And one of the reoccurring tweets that I saw was, I guess her beauty didn't help her keep a man. And let me just say this. When I read those tweets, I'm going to tell you the first thing that came to mind. Ooh, what a self-reflection on that person making that tweet, because the majority of the people that wrote that were women. So here you are sitting back in your position looking at JLo and saying, oh, I guess because she's attractive, she couldn't keep a man. And what? Because if you're unattractive, you can keep a man? What does someone's attraction level have to do with keeping a man?
I'll tell you. Listen, I will tell you this. On any given day of the week, I will take a loyal ass 6 than a grimy ass dime on any given day of the week. Okay. So the fact that someone would say that is just bullshit, because that doesn't mean anything. Like looks really, they're superficial, they're on the surface. But
you're basically saying exactly what those people are saying. You're saying you'll take a loyal ass 6 over a grimy ass 10. But what does someone looks have to do with how faithful they are to you?
No, that's what I'm saying. So a loyalty over, basically that statement means loyalty over everything.
Yes, but I don't think loyalty is dependent on someone's looks.
No, it's not. So that's what I'm saying. So like, but what that person said is, I guess her beauty couldn't have her keep a man.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that you could have a 10, and if she was grimy, she's not gonna like that. She's not gonna last in a relationship.
But that's not what the person's trying to say. The person's trying to say.
That's what I was getting from what you were saying.
No, what the person is trying to say is that her just being beautiful as a primary couldn't help her keep her relationship.
Right, and I'm saying that beauty.
But you're talking about a girl being beautiful and potentially being grimy.
Right.
Those are two separate conversations.
I mean, listen. All right, you see it that way. I see it a different. What I meant to say, what that statement was meant to say, was that beauty is only a small percentage of what keeps a relationship together.
I would firmly agree with that. But when I read those type of tweets, I feel like that type of tweet or that type of comment is a reflection on that person.
Yeah, sure.
And that person may potentially feel insecure about their own looks, and knowing that a woman that is considered beautiful is not able to have a solid relationship, it makes them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the person is shallow to begin with.
That may be so. I just think that person felt better about themselves writing that tweet.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. They just sound shallow. The fact that they're basing her looks as the deal breaker just goes to show their ability to have depth.
Yeah.
When they see a person.
I would firmly agree with that. I'm gonna read some comments. So, Cosmic says they made a good-looking couple. Look at those gorgeous bright white pumps. I love them. Something about proper white pumps for me. I would assume that Mark is talking about you,
Thank
Evo.
you, sir.
And then Mark says, I'm not fooled by the rocks that JLo got. Yo, JLo got some motherfucking rocks.
She do got some rocks.
I wonder if she gives them back. And then Sosa says, what was her longest relationship? I think all of her relationships were 3 to 5 years. So her longest standing relationship was with her husband, Mark Anthony,
yeah.
which she conceived her twin children from. And then Mark says, I heard of JLo, no idea who A-Rod is. So A-Rod was a very prominent baseball player from the New York Yankees. And now I would consider him like an avid investor. And then Cosmic says, they sound bitter and jealous of JLo. I would, again, firmly agree with that, Cosmic or Vic, that these people that are making those type of comments, they are saying these things as like a slight against JLo. But in actuality, what they don't realize as they write that, they make themselves look idiotic.
Can you position that mic so it's not like blocking your face?
It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, all right.
But thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, I agree with you. You know, I agree with literally everything that you're saying, and I think that it's just stupid how people, I don't know, People are just stupid. I just.
Every time I read a comment like that, I literally laugh to myself. I'm like, look at this fucking person sitting in their house thinking that because JLo has a relationship that potentially didn't work, that it's based on her beauty.
You know
like,
what?
really, is that what we're focusing on here,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen? Because at the end of the day, your ass sitting in your house, what the fuck are you doing with your life that you think that you could look at another person and determine that's why their relationship potentially did or did not work?
Well,
Get the fuck out of here.
It's obvious that those people don't really know what a real relationship's about, because when I look at JLo and AROD, I see two people that are under constant scrutiny.
Exactly.
And they're living their life in the public eye. You know, and what you're seeing is a tailored version of what their life is really like, you know, because they've got publicists, you know, they've got stylists, they've got nutritionists, you know, they've got wardrobe people.
And these are all things that I would love to have.
Yes. So they have all these things. And at the end of the day, when the stylist is not there, when the publicist is sleeping, when the chef is at home and they're at home by themselves, there's a whole nother relationship going on that we don't ever see.
And no one should ever know about that.
You're absolutely right.
So
the fact that they're just like, oh, her looks didn't keep. Yeah, that's the.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about JLo. JLo gonna do motherfucking JLo. Okay.
Yeah, she's been doing her. She's been doing.
She gonna tell AROD deuces, and she gonna do her. And I don't care how many times she's been in and out of relationships, because let's keep it real. If this was a man, nobody would have bat a motherfucking eye. Because how many relationships has fucking Leonardo DiCaprio had? Exactly. The fact that you said means that there is a plethora of them, Evo, and no one bats a motherfucking eye.
Listen, because they're not the same. You know that we've had this conversation. You cannot compare men to women when it comes into relationships.
And you're right, but what I'm saying to you is that
of course nobody's gonna bat an eye,
and that's my point. So I could literally, and that's why I said at the top of the hour, I could literally care less, because I know that JLo's gonna be fine. She's a fucking millionaire. She's good.
But you know, at the end of the day, the fact that she's a millionaire does not justify happiness. That just doesn't justify she's good. There's people that have had lots of money and have committed suicide. Just because they're not happy in life.
I would,
so
again, I would firmly agree with that. But what I mean is that as far as her not finding success in this relationship, I mean, she'll be fine. I don't mean in her overall life. I don't really know.
She'll financially, she doesn't have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she's obviously been in multiple relationships, so she does want companionship. I think it's safe to say that. So the fact that it seems like I understand that, because I went through my own journey of relentlessly going through relationships, trying to find someone to create something that I just knew that I wanted, and that's when that's how we came to where we are. So I was very focused and I knew what I wanted.
We came to what we are because I picked up the phone and called you.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And when I'm
gonna just take that credit.
And it was that cliche that, but see, before that, when we first met, aside from the fact that I've been through multiple relationships, when we met, as dumb as it sounds, I knew that you were the one. I felt it. Why? Because I had been through so many relationships before, looking for this feeling, and when I got with you, it was like ding, like,
oh shit.
Yeah, like
Evo is talking about things that I don't like to talk about on live air.
Yeah, it was like a just something totally different. So to think about JLo and her being in so many relationships, I can only think and assume that she's looking to settle down at some point.
I don't even know if she's looking to settle down, but I do think that she wants companionship, because she continuously looks to be in a relationship, or continuously has been in a relationship. So I'm telling you, you and I spoke about this previous to the live, that from the little snippets that I have seen of JLo when it comes to her relationships or like behind the scenes on shows like in World of Dance, you could see that she looks like she's an avid lover. Like
Yeah.
she loves to love. And I would just say that I firmly appreciate that about JLo. So I think that she'll be fine after AROD.
Yeah, of course she's gonna be fine. But so I just want to speak on the whole. Oh, I thought JLo found her thing and whatever, because again, it looks like she's one to want companionship. She enjoys companionship.
Yeah.
You know, so based on us being together for the time that we've been together, we know that companionship can be a great thing as if you find the right person.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like that's something that she would enjoy. So
Mm-hmm.
you'd want that for somebody like that when they're seeking it.
Agreed.
There's other artists, there's other actors or actresses that live a single life, and it seems like they're very comfortable being single,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't think that that's JLo.
Okay. I'm going to read some comments. So, Mark says, when it comes to high-end celebrities, there's so much scrutiny, and we only see what is released to the media who promote what they want. I think people expect celebrities to be perfect. I would again also agree with that.
Of course.
And then Mark says, when it comes to JLo, she's 51. She's hotter than most 20-year-olds. So big respect.
Yes, sir.
Yo, but big respect to JLo. And then Sosa says, and I'm assuming it's because Evil's over here professing shit on a live stream that I'm already looking at him like cross-eyed, like, I don't like talking about that shit.
Sorry, not sorry.
And then Mark says, Evil expressing his love.
Listen, I could do that all day.
It's a Ciroc.
It's definitely not the Ciroc.
You know what is so funny about Evo and I? And then we're actually going to move on to our next topic for the night. When it comes to feelings and expressing feelings, I'm not the one, ladies and gentlemen. Evo is a poet. Gina is not good at that. I'm just like, you want me to make you some grilled cheese? Like,
yeah, and you can do that.
yeah, like I will express my love very differently from the way you express it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we're definitely like a yin and a yang, because
for sure.
you know that like when it comes to publicly like displaying affection, talking about feelings, I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to be over here. You can have that conversation. I'm good. Come let me know when you're ready to go.
But listen, that's our balance.
I think it's so funny because there are so many people that meet us, right? And they're just like, oh my God, you guys are so blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh God.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
I don't want to talk
So
about this.
it's interesting because like when it comes to being social,
Mm-hmm.
you have like you're stronger in that suit. Like when we're like
Yes.
just about talking about general things and
Yes.
holding conversations and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? But then when it comes to talking about like deep personal feelings,
Gina fucking take a ticket and I beat it.
that's when I step forward and I'll get into like deep conversations.
We literally do this. I'm just like this.
Yeah.
Evo goes, oh, what did you say? And I'm like, see you
Yeah.
later. See you later.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh wait, you guys don't want
Yeah.
to talk about like just surfer shit?
Yeah.
Y'all want to talk about some deep shit?
No. Yeah, that's when you check out.
I gotta go. There was a meme that thoroughly describes who I am as a person, and that meme is when somebody, okay, so like I think the meme was somebody throwing up in the toilet,
Right.
and they're like sick, and they're like crying, and they're sick, and then the person that's supposed to be taking care of them is at the doorway of the bathroom with a broom, and they're tapping the person on the shoulder with the broom, and they're like, are you okay? That's me. I'm the person with the broom, and I'm just like, are you all right?
Yeah, not me. I'm bringing them in a first aid kit.
No.
I'm coming in with some like with like some water, and
Nope.
I'm like I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna make sure you don't die,
Yeah.
but I'm not there to hold your hand.
Yeah,
From my husband and my children, yes. Anybody else, yo, fam, I love you,
Yeah.
but like I'm stroking you with a broom.
and that's what that's crazy. How that fits the
Excuse me.
cliche of like opposites attract
Yeah,
in that sense.
but I don't consider us opposite.
No, but in many ways we are.
Yes, but we didn't figure that out till later.
Right.
That was not something that we figured out right away.
No, of
Evo.
course not. We learned that about each other.
In the beginning,
but
I was like, "Oh, you like house music? You like to party? Yo, we could do this." And then I was just like, "What do you mean you don't know how to sweep? fuck is wrong with you? So Vic says your love is stronger than JLo and ARod. Depending on how you dance salsa together, JLo can dance so well. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, listen, we are not getting up and dancing, but I can tell you this:
It's not happening.
I do my motherfucking thing, and so does Evo.
Yeah.
That was actually one of our strong connecting factors, that Evo could dance, and he knew how to show me a good time when we went somewhere when there was a dancing. So Mark says you both definitely found each other for a reason. It may sound pathetic, but some people who see you together, you think, wow, they couldn't be better suited. I don't think that sounds pathetic at all. But I will say this, Mark, is that we strive for that. It's not something that just comes. It is an effort. There's a work behind it, and if you don't potentially put that in, you're not gonna get that back out. But what I want to say is this: Evo alluded to it earlier, and he talked about you liked Bennifer, and I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna move on. JLo, Jennifer Lopez, yo, Ben Affleck is single. I don't know what the fuck it is about those two people. I want to see them together.
You just like the way she Gucci'd him out.
Yo, she Gucci'd him all the way out.
I think that's what you like.
She was like, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci. Yo, and that video that they did together where like Ben Affleck was rubbing her butt, I was like, tu te gusta rosa gandules, papi.
She had his hair all slick to the side, she had him gelled out.
Yeah, she was like, JLo was like, you want patele, plantain, papi, I got you.
I think that's how he learned how to speak Spanish.
Yo, Ben Affleck left that relationship. Yo, he married another Jennifer after that. And I'm going to just give you a little bit of a fact that I thought was all the way crazy. When Ben Affleck proposed to JLo, he gave her a 6.1 carat pink diamond. 6.1, Evo.
Obviously, it didn't mean shit.
When he proposed to Jennifer Garner, he gave her a 4.1.
She got a pebble.
She got 4.1. Listen, 4.1 is still a fucking
that's a
rizzock.
Rock. That's a rock.
But he gave JLo a 6.1. So you know what that means? Yo, JLo, give Ben Affleck a call. and I'm just gonna say this really quick. In an interview, hold on. There was an interview that JLo had with People magazine in 2016, and she said this about her and Ben Affleck. I think different time, different thing. Who knows what could have happened, but there was genuine love there. So JLo said in 2016, different time, different thing. She was going through a really hard breakup. And she said different time, different thing. Yo, mama.
Listen,
it's a different time, different thing.
It be like that sometimes.
He's Batman now. Okay, you could be his Catwoman.
But you know what's funny?
I'm sorry, guys.
You know what's funny?
I love that.
I know,
that so
but
much.
I know why. I know why you're so like.
Why?
Because that's literally what happened to us.
Yo, probably so.
It is what happened to us. So just a little bit of a backfill story.
And he had a problem. Wait, right. I don't want to get into that.
Just like a little small back. Just small. The reason why you're so big on that is because we dated briefly in college. We broke up, went our separate ways, and then linked up many years later, and now here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are, 15 plus years together. So I think you have a lot of belief in that whole, rekindling something that was good.
But she said it in an interview, so I just feel like it's possible.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I think it's possible. But as a bitch hype for that shit, I'm about to just like call JLo's publicist and be like, "Hello, do you know that Ben Affleck is single?" Okay, great.
I'm sure you're not the only one talking that shit.
Okay, so let's move on to our next topic for the night, and I'm just gonna read a comment really quick, and then we can move on. So. And Mark says that he thinks that we should get up and dance. Our studio, unfortunately, is not big enough for that.
We're going to put a pin in that.
We're going to put a pin in that. Boop, we're going to come back to that. To be honest, I still thought she was still with Ben Affleck. Shows how behind I am in the times. Yeah, Papa, that was quite a bit of a long time ago. So moving on to our next topic for the night. Eva and I decided that we would talk about things that we saw in TV and movies that we fucking thought were real. Because
You
because
couldn't have told me any different.
there are so many people that saw JLo and A-Rod's relationship and they were like,
Yeah.
they're gonna last forever.
Yeah. Psych.
Yo, right?
Got him.
That's the one oh my God. Remember him?
Yeah, remember. That
Yo,
was
the
my guy.
Vine days.
Oh,
I miss the
man.
Vine days. So, yo, Vine got me through a portion of my life.
I know it did.
It really did. I miss Vine so much, but TikTok is giving me all that back. So yeah, Eva and I thought that what better to talk about TV and film things that we saw that really made us think that shit was real. So to start off the conversation, one of the first things that I saw in a film that I thought was how people lived their life and how people did their life was, and I'm gonna date myself when I say this, was Poltergeist. When I saw Poltergeist, the mother in Poltergeist, and by the way, this film came out in 1982. I probably didn't see Poltergeist till I was about 7. So this was about 1987. Maybe even 6 I saw it. I'm going to say between 86 and 88. I'm not exactly sure when I saw it, but it was no more than that.
Okay.
When I saw Poltergeist for the first time, there was a scene in Poltergeist where the mother, at the end of the night, she puts the kids to bed and she goes into the bathroom, she gets in the tub, and she lights a fucking joint. And I remember being like, oh shit, white people smoke weed too?
We have just lost cabin pressure.
I was so fucking amazed by that shit. Because in my household,
I don't remember that scene.
okay, it's a, and
Was it
I
like
know,
a deleted scene? Like they actually
No.
showed her smoking a joint?
yes, and I'm telling you, this is why for me it was so prevalent. Snippet into my life. Weed smoking was prevalent in my childhood. It was something that was not hidden. My family members, adult, smoking weed or the consumption of weed was something that was not hidden. So I thought maybe it was something that like was abnormal because when you're going to school, kids are not talking about their parents smoking joints, right?
Right.
So when I saw it in the Poltergeist and it was a white woman, I was like, oh my God, everybody does it. Everybody's mother puts their little badass kids to sleep and then goes in the bathroom and fucking lights up a joint. I thought that that's how people did things. And the fact that you don't remember that scene, that just goes to show you how real it was for me as a kid watching that shit.
I definitely don't remember that scene, and I probably wouldn't have connected with it. I probably would have thought it was a cigarette that she was smoking.
No, it was a joint because she had paper.
She was smoking a doobie.
No, she had what was that paper that came in the brown? Somebody please tell me. It came in the brown little package.
Raw.
No, it was
Easy Widers.
Ooh, motherfucker, right there.
You know I was twisting them Easy Widers.
So she had it in paper. I know it wasn't no motherfucking cigarette. So the first time I saw that, Eva, I literally thought that that's how people did it. And it made me feel better about my household. It made me feel like, okay, my moms and pops are smoking weed. We normal.
They do it on Poltergeist, so it's normal.
Right? And she's a white woman?
Yeah.
Shit, we all right.
You know, if white people doing it, it's okay.
Right? Because I used to think that, like, my family was weird and my family was abnormal and we were doing things in secrecy. Come to find out that white parents were putting their kids to sleep and then going in the bathtub and smoking a joint. They were getting Mr. Bubble and they were getting the Easy Wider and they were so it made me think that shit was real.
How you smoking a joint in your bathroom and not stinking up your whole house, though? Like, I don't know if that's really going down like that.
That's movie magic.
Yeah.
You diving a little too deep into that, but what I'm saying to you is that that made me think that smoking weed was part of life, and that's what people did.
Okay.
So now, tell me, what was the first thing that you saw on TV or film, and you said, "Oh shit, this shit is real"? But actually, before you step into that, let me just read some comments really quick. And EDJ, welcome to the stream. Yo, I forgot she smoked. That's what Vic said. Thank you. I'm so happy that I reminded you because I'm telling you, that's how vivid that shit is in my memory. And then Mark says, oh, hey, I'm representing us white folk. Mark, we appreciate you. And then Sosa says, yup. So that means that, like, I'm not the only person that, like, saw this scene and then was like, oh, shit. They do it in Poltergeist, so it's normal. Now we all need to do is get sucked into the TV. Listen, and we all know as a little kid, when you put static on TV after watching Poltergeist, you were just like, talk to me. Somebody behind the TV, talk to me.
Every time the TV went static, I swore something was gonna come out of that motherfucker.
Until we got older and we started watching porn, and we were trying to watch it between static and porn.
Man, listen, boy. I used to be like, what? It was late night, nobody was around. I'm going to the static channel, like
69, baby.
Yes, sir.
Let me see how much a little bit of I can get.
Yo, how obvious was that it was channel 69? Like, who the hell thought about that?
The people in the porn industry.
They're like, we're just gonna make it channel 69 so everybody knows to go to that
That's
channel.
a smart ass move.
Actually, that was a smart ass move.
Hello, that makes all the sense.
That was some banging ass.
And 69 is also one of those numbers that like you can invert it and it becomes the same number. So like that is part of that whole plot. But anyway, please tell us, what is one of the first things that you saw on TV or film that you were just like, oh shit, this shit is real, fam?
I was more of like a TV show type. I watched a lot of TV shows, and I felt like a lot of the TV shows that I watched represented what life was really like in America.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the broader picture of what America was supposed to be like.
Oh, because you were in Dominican Republic.
I was in the Dominican Republic. And even when I came back from Dominican Republic, when I came back from the Dominican Republic, I came back and I was culturally disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the only thing I had to like really understand and know what culture was in the United States was TV.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the first things that I saw that I was like just amazed and just like, wow, like this is what America is, was Saved by the Bell.
AC Slater, baby.
AC Slater, Zach,
AC Slater,
Lisa Turtle. Like, I thought, like, when I thought about high school, I felt like that's what like privileged American normal life was like in high school.
Yeah, because they came to school every day looking fresh to death.
Fresh, and it was just cool to be there, and it was just like they had this little clique, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the fact that they had like, you know, AC Slater, which was Mario Lopez as the Spanish guy, and they had Lisa Turtle as like the token black person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it made it relatable.
And they had Screech,
the
nerdy
white guy, and then they had like Zach, which was the cool kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they really mixed
Kelly.
that up. Kelly, they mixed
the
that
hot
up.
white girl.
The hot white girl. You know, and then so like in my high school, like, you know, there was the hot girl, like the one that was really popular, and so I just felt like on a higher level, like on a, like, you know, on a more privileged level, like that's what life was really like.
Yeah, but not in my school. I went to school in the ghetto. We didn't have none of that
school in the
shit.
ghetto. I didn't go to school in the ghetto, but like I definitely wasn't like the best schools ever.
Yeah.
It was just regular public school, you know, not fancy. But I really thought that like that's what like life was like in school. Yeah.
You were like, yo, there are people right now.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of the things I can relate to that is like watching 90210.
Right.
And watching them go to high school in Beverly Hills. I'm like, yo, motherfuckers go to school like this? Meanwhile, I'm trying to fight for my life on Halloween. Oh, shit.
Really?
Like, you did it to me before.
Thank you.
Just so we know, Evil just pointed to his notes.
Yeah,
and
that was part of one of my my topics.
Well, you jumped on my shit before.
I'm not really.
What you mean not really?
Not really.
You really did. When you said Benifer, hello.
I'm going to put a pin in that.
Thank you. Evil's pointed to his notes like, Gina, you just jumped all over my lines. Like, he didn't jump over my lines earlier tonight. But it's all good. And just so we're clear, Evil's currently looking at cryptocurrency.
No, I'm not.
I'm going to fuck you up.
I'm sorry. It's 24/7.
Oh, fucking
it's
day.
24/7. I got to protect my investment.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's like in boxing, bro. Protect yourself at all times.
By the way, Vic says, all jokes aside, the static on the TV is caused by radiation waves from space. Yeah, because it's a satellite trying to interact with that. That's not like, fuck all jokes aside. I feel you on that. But ain't nobody got no static nowadays because we all fucking streaming shit. And then Mark says, Saved by the Bell was my fave. Don't forget Mr. Belden.
Yo, Mr. Belden. I wish, you know what? What's funny is I used to watch the show and I used to wish that I had a principal like Mr. Belden, because my principal stuck. My principal in high school sucked, Mr. Manka.
Why, you remember his name?
Of course I remember his name because he sucked.
Wait, in high school you only had one principal?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so my high school and my middle school were in one building, and Mr. Manka was the principal of the whole school, high school and middle school.
Oh wow. See, I went to school in New York. There was a principal for each. There was a principal and a vice principal for each grade. So if
Oh
you were in
no.
like, yeah, well, I went to school with like 4,000 students.
I mean, I want to say that our school was like a whole block. It was a huge school.
Yeah, so was ours, but you didn't
Yeah.
have 4,000 students in your
I
school.
don't remember how many.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you. What the population of our
The
students,
population?
Yeah, the population. I mean, the students we had at the school at the time, but
You said the population in this school. Okay.
why is that funny?
Because I don't know. You just said population, like the school is its own city and shit. You like, yo, what's the
I
population?
mean, what would you call it?
Just I don't know, just the student body count.
Okay, so for lack of a better term,
Yeah, no, I just think it's funny.
yeah.
So Sosa says, in my world, career, pointing at your nose means no. I'm not 100% what that means, Sosa. If it's something that we talked about earlier or just
Pointing at your
nose means no.
means no.
Please elaborate, Sosa,
Yeah,
because
please.
I'm not 100% sure what that means. And then Mark says, but Jesse Spano, hello.
Yeah. Well,
My high school left the gate open, so it's not my fault I didn't do well.
Mark. I mean, listen. I don't know if you remember Jessie and she went on to have her own acting career, and
Yes.
she did a movie called Striptease.
Yeah, it was a really good
It was
movie.
a really good movie. I enjoyed her in that movie.
Look at Evil's face. He's like, it's a really good
I mean,
movie.
it was cool. It was cool to see
She was like, oh my God, is that Versace?
an actress that I, on a show that I really enjoyed, to go on
And be like a sex kitten?
a little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit.
Evil, why are you being shy?
I mean,
Evo and I were talking about this topic earlier today, and we were talking about sex. We'll get into that a little bit later. And watching Evil's face
Okay,
talk about certain things, I was like, give me an example. He was like, oh my God, Gina, do you want to hear this? I was like, yes, the fuck I do. But I'm going to go into my second example because you just gave your example of what you thought was real, right? From TV and film, I thought that drinking wine was like a normalcy. You can't tell me that in every TV or movie that you've ever seen when a family goes to eat dinner or a couple goes to eat dinner or whatever it is, these mofos are drinking wine. Am I wrong?
you're right.
So I thought that that was the normal way of life. I thought that as a person, as a family, a mother and a father, when they're cooking dinner or they're about to sit down and eat dinner, I thought that they drank wine. That was one of the reasons why I started to drink wine, because I was just like, oh, this is what grown people do. Because growing up in my family, hello, we didn't do that shit.
No.
So I thought that that's what you did. So I started drinking wine because I thought it was like what like people who are privileged, people like I thought that's what Evo. Don't laugh at me. I thought that that's what they did.
Oh man. You know what? But it is kind of privileged, because if you cracking a bottle of wine every night at dinner, that can get costly.
Yeah, costly.
Yeah.
It could be. Hold on, I'm gonna eat this pineapple because this shit is doused in fucking Ciroc right now.
Good.
It's beyond costly. It's costly in more than one way.
Yeah.
It's costly on your waistline,
It's costly on your wallet.
especially as a woman, because there's so much sugar and alcohol, and it's costing on your wallet, because a good bottle of wine is gonna cost you at least $15 on average. A good bottle of wine,
Decent bottle, yeah.
a decent bottle of
Yeah.
wine, because I think the best bottle of wine that we've had in the last year or two was a $30 bottle of wine.
Yeah, I want to say it was about that much.
Even though the Nard wine is like $15.
Yeah.
But that other wine that you got one time randomly that you brought it home and it was like $30.
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit. I don't remember what it was, but I loved it. But anyway, yeah. So let's say on average, let's say you're drinking wine 5 days a week, and the bottle of wine is, let's say, $10 to $15. That's anywhere from $50 to $75 a week on alcohol.
Yeah.
And that is why that shit is straight bullshit. Because I was like, who the fuck is drinking this shit every night?
If you're not in the best of health, you're also it's also costing you the next morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is me. I am in very good health.
Yeah, you are. But
I work out
for some reason.
I work out anywhere from 4 to 5 days a week,
Yeah,
and hard.
We handle different.
And
Yo, the liquor, it just hits us different.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna open one eye and I'm gonna look at Yvonne and
And
go,
I'm gonna be like,
if you don't get me bagels and Gatorade right now, don't even talk to me, man. Right? That's what's
yeah,
gonna
pretty
happen.
much. And I'm gonna pop out of bed like,
And I'm gonna hate you. And then you're gonna be like, hey Gina, do you want to paint the
you
kitchen?
want to go work out?
Hate you. So yeah, I literally thought that drinking wine was like a normal thing. I thought that that's what families did. And it made me kind of hate life because I was just like, this is not normal. This is not real. People don't do this shit. So Max says, and Max, welcome to the stream.
What up, Max?
Listen, Bayonne High School was Disney High School. It had everything. And then Mark says, yeah, she was very sexy in that movie. And then Cosmic says, Evo, a little bit, chugs the drink. That is Evo, like, probably the best definition I've ever heard of Evo. Evo will be like, yeah, I want to drink a little bit tonight. And then I look over and Evo's leaning somewhere. I'm like, God damn. And then Mark says, I really miss these streams. Mark, we appreciate that. And he says, you've always been my fave couple on YouTube. Mark, you don't know how much we appreciate that.
100%.
Because we are really trying to grow. We are growing in certain aspects, and some aspects we're not, which I'm not really like.
And it's part of the journey.
Yes. Evo, thank you for saying that. It's part of the journey. And because, to be honest, Evo and I look forward to doing this. And I know that we're coming out of the COVID world where people are probably going to be doing things on Friday nights. And I'm okay with that because you can watch, you can watch the live at a later time.
Right.
I'm not bothered by that. I'm not bothered by it at all. But at the end of the day, we enjoy doing this. So now that I shared my second thing, please tell me what is another thing that you saw on TV or film that you were just like, fuck, this may be real.
All right. So the next thing that I honestly felt like was real, and it was like, yo, for a second there, I thought you stole my pineapple.
Stop. I'm not stealing your pineapple.
You stay stealing my shit. So like, I thought it just went down. I was
No.
like, did she really just steal my shit
No.
on the live?
No.
All right. So something that I felt that was real was a show called Full House. And the reason I watched the show so much is because it was like that wholesome family that,
Even though it was a dad with no mom.
yeah, but still, like, there was just something about it
Yeah.
that was just great. And because I primarily spent a lot of time home alone and never was really had that family, that family environment, I always felt like that's what a real family was like, you know?
Yeah, you like your Uncle Jesse comes down and plays the guitar.
Yeah, and then,
And then you had another uncle that was fucking cool as shit that cracked jokes all the time.
yeah, and then you had the cool ass little sister.
And the cool ass next door neighbor that just walked in your motherfucking house. Don't walk in a Latino's house unannounced.
Well, you know what's funny, right? Is that so in Dominican Republic, that was the norm in my neighborhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
not in my house.
because there wasn't like your neighborhood wasn't regularly patrolled by police.
Mm-hmm.
Neighbors took care of each other. You know.
Yeah.
So you knew everybody in your neighborhood at some point, and if there was kids in there, you could literally walk up into the house and walk right in, and it wouldn't be a problem. Because honestly, if a stranger walked into your house that wasn't welcome, it wouldn't be too long before the whole neighborhood ganged up and fuck this person up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't go into a neighborhood and try to do some shit without the whole neighborhood retaliating against you. So like, it was a thing. So like I related to that when she would come over and just walk right in. Like it just felt normal to me. But again, because I was so culturally disconnected with what went on here in the United States, I just felt like that's what the real family was like, And then it also didn't help that I had a crush on DJ.
I honestly think who didn't have a crush on DJ?
Yeah, I definitely had a crush on DJ. So that was a show that
Funny story. That's my nephew's name.
Yeah, well, not that DJ.
Yeah. I mean, hello. I'm just saying, funny story. That's my nephew's name, but because her name is Danny, right?
Yeah.
Danny Tanner.
Yeah.
DJ. I watched that show. I would say that one of the things I loved about that show was obviously the little sister, and
The
and
Olsen
she,
twins.
yeah, well, and the show was only one of them.
Right. Well,
And
they were.
would,
I feel like they were both on the show. They just
they
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 swapped
were
them.
both on the show, but only, and like they would say things, they would say cute things.
You got it, dude.
You got it, dude. And then the other sister would be like, "How rude!"
Yeah.
Right, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I actually got to visit California and go to San Francisco and visit the actual park that's right across from the house where they shot
That
Full
was
House.
dope. Yeah,
It was cool.
I was a little jealous of that.
Oh, were you really?
I'm low key because like that was my show. You know what I'm saying?
Aw,
But-
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like not jealous. I just wished
That you
I would have loved to experience that
Okay, so Eva, guess what?
one day.
Fuck one day. 2022, we going to San Francisco. We gonna see that shit.
I don't know. San Francisco kind of different right now.
Yes.
A little bit. I don't know if I want to go.
It's not different now. It was different back then
No,
when I went to go
it's
see
definitely
it.
more different now.
That was 2018.
Yeah, it's definitely more different now. It's not the San Francisco that
No,
I think that I would probably want to
it
go
was
see.
like that back then. It was
Yes.
it in 2018 it was as different as it is now in comparison
No.
to where they shot the show.
The laws in California have become even
Yes,
looser.
but there was a whole lot of homelessness.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but it's worse now. Trust me, I know this for a fact.
The one place I want to take you is to where I went to go eat sushi, and they had spam
Oh,
sushi.
you know I love some sushi. We love some sushi.
I know that we don't eat meat like that, but like just maybe one time we'll bend the rooms and you can eat that spam sushi. Cause honestly,
Listen, if I eat spam,
we didn't eat. I didn't when I went to San Francisco and we went to that sushi spot. I didn't eat any meat, and I had to watch the entire table eat this sushi with spam in it, and the bitch was just like, drool was just coming out her mouth. But on the low.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
You
It's full disclosure.
Okay, full disclosure.
Full disclosure.
Let it rip.
If I eat spam,
It's over.
I'm gonna relapse. This is just over. Like you can't.
Evil said, if I eat spam,
Yeah.
it's fucking.
You might as well just give me a crack rock. Like it's that
I
serious.
smoke crack rocks.
Cause you know I love spam. You know how much I used to love spam.
Spam is honestly like the weirdest fucking
And
makeup meat.
It may be
but
disgusting.
That
to
shit
y'all,
hits.
But damn, I used to fuck up some spam.
Oh my God. So Mark says, I'll be promoting you guys as much as I can, but even without me, I think you'll get to where you want to be. Mark, we appreciate that. And Mark says, I'm coming to the US soon. What state are you guys in? We are in New Jersey. I'm going to the less touristy parts of the US. And then Vic says, I watched Full House recently. That show put us in a weird trance. I can't take my eyes off, and I wish my mouth would open like I was wait. And I watched with my mouth open like I was 8 years old. I'm just imagining Vic like, oh shit. And then Mark says, I want my English accent to stand out, cause that's all I have.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mark. It's a melting pot over here. So we got it all.
Yeah, I would love. There's actually a couple people that watched the live that they have asked for us to meet up one day, and
Yeah.
that would definitely be
great.
cool. So I'm gonna move on to the next thing. Oh, like the last thing that I have that I saw on TV that I thought that shit was real life. So, sex in TV shows or movies. The show that pops into my mind is Melrose Place. There was a character on Melrose Place that was played by Heather Locklear, and the character was Amanda Woodward. She was like some sort of executive in like some sort of firm, and this bitch was DTF on a regular. And I was so confused by her character because I honestly was like, is this how girls have sex? Like she would be walking around in the office after like have gone to the gym, changed into her work clothes, and then like, I don't know, some man would come along and be like, yo, what's up? And she'd be like, yo, right now, Poppy. And I would just be like, oh my God, she just like went from the gym to work and she fucking like, did she wash herself? Like, what's happening? Did she put some deodorant on there? Did she do like a summer's eve? Like, I had no fucking clue what was happening.
That's that movie magic.
Yeah, exactly. So I had the impression that women should be ready to have sex on demand anytime, any given time, and that they should be fresh and clean at any time. And then as I got older, I was like, this is fucking straight bullshit. I just ran 3 miles on a treadmill. You trying to fuck me? Get the fuck out of here.
And in most cases, guys are not fucking girls who ran 3 miles on a treadmill. It just doesn't go down
So
like that.
I honestly thought that is how women should walk around being. Like, they should just be ready to have sex at all and any given times. I'm like, is she not on her period? Does she have a tampon on? She's just fucking. I was so confused by that, Evo. I'm telling you, like, when I really started to, like, understand my sexuality, watching that show as a young teenager, I really thought that that's how women should be ready for sex from men.
Yeah.
Because men don't really have to do the type of grooming and type of readiness that women potentially have to do.
Definitely not.
So I was just like, oh shit, we always have to be ready. And then as I got older, I was like, embute. If you don't like me like this, motherfucker, then you ain't getting it. So that was something that I saw on TV and films, and I literally thought that shit was like how it really happens.
But you know what's funny is that, like, a lot of these shows and the way that these things are filmed, they're written in a way that will deceive you. You know, will have you thinking that shit is really real when it's really not. I mean, I felt the same way about porn.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, honestly, there was all right. So as a kid growing up, or I'm speaking for myself.
As a young man
growing up, a lot of my sexual experiences, you know, they first came from seeing porn, positions, nudity, you know, the way you act and sounds and all that stuff, right? And one of the things that I was just like totally like not realizing was that, you know, a lot of these, when you watch porn, it's usually the man like just leading the charge on whatever it is that he wants to do and doing whatever he wants to do with the girl, and her just taking it. And
and the girl's just like, you just want to fucking like bust in my face?
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, or just, you know, like, you know, yeah, all that. I don't want to get too explicit, but
you know me, I'm just like,
yeah. I mean, just all types of shit, you know, like spitting in a girl's, like grabbing her by her hair and spitting in her mouth. And I mean, it was the thing was, it was like all you saw was just two people meeting up. You didn't know their backstory. You didn't know if they knew
were
each
like,
other.
oh my God, you're here to fix my plumbing?
Yeah.
You want to fuck?
Yeah, right? So, like, the next thing you know, her face is in the sink and he's just pounding the shit out of her, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
She was DTF from the minute she opened the door.
You know, and they're just doing all types of crazy positions. And I just thought that that's literally how it happened. Like, when you hooked up with a girl or you ended up having sex with a girl, you went that, and it was like literally 0 to 60, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the man led the charge and the woman just took it the way that you know, the man decided to do it. And I found out that that's really not what reality is.
That is not real life.
You try to do that shit with someone that you haven't discussed what they like and what they don't like and things like that, shit can get awkward real quick. And I'm speaking from experience.
But a lot of women, speaking from experience, will potentially not even tell you that shit is awkward. They will just never fucking ever meet up with you ever again.
Right.
And then they will go talk shit about you to all their friends. They'll be like, did you know that he tried to stick it in my ear? What the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker?
It's like I saw it in a movie.
Right? They actually did that in an episode of Family Guy.
Really?
Where the daughter was like... The daughter was trying to be like a purist and she was letting dudes like put it in her ear. You never saw that movie?
No.
Okay. Obviously I'm a delinquent.
Yeah, well.
No, Family Guy is just something that I actually
I watched a lot of Family Guy. I don't remember seeing that episode.
Yeah. And then I just thinking about fucking Quagmire in the back going giggity giggity. So let me just read some comments. Mark says, I love to meet you guys at some point. I'm happy to buy beers.
Let's do it.
Do it. And then, do you guys watch porn? I'm going to answer that question in 1 second because Elias just streamed in.
Oh, boy.
And then Cosmic says, that's a good question on what was real versus fake on TV growing up. And yeah, porn was way later than I noticed that it was fake. It's unfortunate. I think in our growing up time, we were exposed to a lot of porn that wasn't true. But I do think in today's age, and Mark, to answer your question, do we watch porn? we have watched it together and we watch it separately.
Yeah.
And I can tell you from experience that there's a lot of porn out there currently that reflects real life. And
Yeah.
that is my preference. I prefer to watch porn that shows two people being intimate, like reality, like how
Right.
it really actually goes down, and not this like facade of stuff, because there are things in the facade world of porn that I think are favorable. But how you get to that favorable point is not real. Like, a chick doesn't open the door, a guy doesn't open the door, whether it be heterosexual, homosexual, transsexual, whatever it is. Someone doesn't open the door and just be like, hey, you're here to fix my plumbing? I have no panties on.
Or you're not gonna just drive down the street and randomly pick some girl up that's walking down the street and then end up having sex with her.
Yeah,
in a
no,
car.
that does not happen.
Yeah.
And I apologize ahead of time because I know that there are some people on here that are underage, but this is real talk.
Yeah.
And let's just put this out there: porn is not real. You should be having conversations with your elders that are willing to have this type of conversation with you, because I will tell you what is real and what is not real.
It's I found out that it is someone's perception of a fantasy gone their way.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I would firmly agree with that. And the majority of the time it's a male's fantasy.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But again, there are things that I've seen more recently that shows more of a female's perspective of what a woman desires in the bedroom. But growing up, I can say for sure that I saw porn and was like, oh, that's what girls do? And then as I got older, I was like, fuck out of here. Just like this chick from Melrose Place. I was like, that's a bunch of bullshit. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, well.
And listen, no disrespect to people that like to do things that I was just like, I'm not doing that. But there's still a reality behind it. Even if you like to do things that are really obscure, I still think that there's like a level of like it like there's time to get there.
Yeah, I you definitely need to get to know someone and get to know their what the things that they're into,
their preferences,
yeah, and kind of like play on that and see if you guys have the same preferences and you guys are into the same things and kind of like go from there. But if you're just gonna try to just pull something off that you saw on a porn without talking to the person that you're being with about it, things might get awkward.
Agreed. Yeah. And I love Evo's face right now because we talked about this earlier, and Evo told me a story. He was like, I tried this once. It did not go. It did not grow. And by the way, we're not talking about between me and Evo. We're talking about Evo previous to him and I.
I thought I was a champion, and
and hey, by the way, the girls, plural. The girls were like, hey, Papi, you cute, but no, you're not that cute.
Yeah, they're like, all right, it's time to wrap this up.
Wrap it up,
They pulled out the
B.
wrap it up box. They were like, Papi, wrap it up. Come on. You wildin'. You wildin'.
You know what I think is so funny about that is that you tell me about things you've done previous to our relationship, and I'm like, yo, you did that? But then meanwhile, I'm just like, hey, you want to try this? And you're like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I just think it's like like Evil's willing to jump off a cliff, and I'm willing to do it with a parachute. Like, we're like so like different ends of the spectrum. That should be blowing my mind sometimes. Evil's like, yeah, I did that. I walked out the club with two random ass people and went to a random ass hole in the wall, and I'm just like, you weren't worried about getting chopped the fuck up? And Evil's like, nah, I was good.
But you know what it is to be young and just
what it is to be a man and young.
Yes, what it is to be a man and young and not have a lot of responsibilities.
Yes.
And
I was polar opposite to that.
And the decisions that you make only affect you and only you. You know what I mean? So you can make dumb decisions and not hurt anybody else.
Agreed.
So I was able to carry myself like that for quite some years.
Yeah, I definitely lived a very different life. I was a young mother obviously at a young age. So the decisions I made had to be very calculated, because I was like, can I afford to die today? Probably not. So I need to make sure that I don't go home with this random guy and he puts me in his trunk like in the movie Saw, and then I wake up in a room with a fucking handcuff, and then I'm just like, figure out how to get the fuck out of this room, bitch. And I'm like, oh my God, who's gonna feed my baby?
Chew your arm off and shit.
Well, in the first Saw, he actually sawed his leg off.
Yeah, sawed his leg off, yeah.
That movie was great, by the way. I actually really love that movie. So let me read some comments, and then we're gonna move on to our top 5 for the night.
Yeah.
Evil's like, I don't know,
Let's do it.
because I jumped on your top 5 for this shit.
I mean,
Cause it's
yeah.
it's 9 p.m. right?
It's 9/11.
Oh shit. Okay. So Cosmic says, just remember too, porn is about what looks good for the camera angle rather than what it really feels good.
Yeah, it's just it's a sex sells type of.
Even though there are certain categories in porn that are POV, point of view.
Right. I know what POV stands for.
I like those. And then Mark says, porn is dangerous game. Having a British accent is both a blessing and a curse.
Oh, listen. There was a comic one time that like compared things that you can say in English and things that you can say in a British or European accent, and how one just sounds way sexier than the other. Oh, I think it was you know what? I'm not even gonna. I forgot his name, but he was referring like if you went up to a girl and you were just like, "Hey, girl, like just do me a favor, just take off your pants and let's go have sex."
Oh yeah, it always sounds better in a British
you
accent.
say it in a British accent. You can say the same damn thing, and you're probably gonna get laid.
Really, Teo?
Yeah, well, that's all he's got to say about that.
So Teo says porn is for the curious or down bad, one or the other. Okay, I would somewhat agree with that.
I mean, you gotta learn.
I would think that
somewhere.
Teo. I would think that Teo falls into the I'm curious category. No?
I mean, yeah, I guess,
And by the way, if you're enjoying this stream, because we currently have 9 people watching, smash that like button if you already haven't. We would appreciate that.
And Mateo, you know what handsome really means.
And by the way,
I know you're handsome.
I'm not addressing him by his government. I said Teo. You over here addressing mofos by their government.
I said...
No, you said the
I
full
did?
government,
All
yes.
right, well.
All right, so let's move on to our top 5 tonight, because Eva over here leaning. We decided tonight that we were going to talk about top 5 TV game shows to like keep on rolling on this TV fucking genre. And Tail says, I knew what I liked at a young age. Sure you did. Sure you did. We're going to have a conversation later on. I'm just joking. I personally don't care. So moving on to our top 5 for tonight. Like I said, top 5 TV game shows. And please do not jump ahead, because I feel like sometimes people jump ahead. And again, there are 10 people currently watching. If you are enjoying our stream, please go ahead and smash that like button, because it would definitely help us. Because I only see currently 5 likes. I can see the likes. So if like you're watching and you're not liking it, like why are you even watching? Like, just sign off. No, I'm just joking. No, we would thoroughly appreciate it.
Wait, before you go.
And then Mark says Evo blatantly has a crazy experimental hot girl.
Actually,
blatantly.
No.
He's saying blatantly that I'm a crazy experimental hot girl.
Actually, that's very wrong.
About me?
Yeah, you're not experimental. You know what you want.
Yeah.
And you don't experiment. You just know what you want.
But I had to experiment to figure out what I wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you were out there just experimenting. I think that
I did it very calculated.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Agreed.
So I feel I was more the experimental one. I'm the one over here like mixing water and oil to see what I get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I'm just like that's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work, Baba. That's not gonna work. I'm just like, actually, you gotta move a little to the left. All right, so boom, Sosa's already jumping ahead. God damn,
47.
All right. Top five TV game shows. We're gonna start with number 5, and we actually have a little we have a little visual of a person from this show that I'm gonna share with you in a second. Number 5, coming in at number 5, motherfucking Price is Right.
Yo,
Bob Barker.
That show was the shit.
Yo,
remember Plinko? I used to love that shit.
Wow, you just took me back for a second. When you said Plinko, I just thought about the Okay, how many times did your ass stay home from school because you were sick with a ginger ale and a chicken noodle soup?
Watching The Price is Right.
Watching the motherfucking Price is Right with
and
Bob Barker.
that microphone.
Oh my God.
Yo,
How about I want one of those?
yo,
And you know what I want to do? I just want to be sexy and like whip the cord around and be like, yeah, follow me.
Yo.
Come spin the wheel, motherfucker.
yo, that shit was so futuristic. I felt like Bob Barker was like part of the Jetsons with that fucking microphone.
Oh my God. Did you just say Bob Barker was
He
part
was
of the
definitely
Jetsons?
part. Yo, that shit was. Yo, nobody had that microphone. Did you realize that on any game show that you ever saw or any show, nobody had that microphone. And I felt like Bob Barker had that shit licensed and patented because you would think that like another game show might have like bit off of him to think it's cool. Had it on the no, he had that shit on lock.
Yo, I just imagine Bob Barker being like, the fuck you say? And like hating motherfuckers with that shit. Poof, shut the hell up. That don't even sound right.
That shit was a tate quieto stick.
Right? He was like, what you say, $100? You stupid. Meanwhile, we up here with these big ass mics. Bob Barker's like, I'm sassy.
Yo, that shit was.
I just want to whip people with the cord. I want to read some comments real quick. So, oh my God. So Mark says, I think she loves bright, white, beautiful pump. She all over that shit.
Yes, she is.
Okay, I've been all over that shit since day one. And then Silly Goose Network says, loving the stream. I'm having a few friends over and we're doing some streaming of our own. We're filling up jars with, oh God. Well, you know what? Have fun with that tonight. I hope that pans out well for you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And then Cosmic Vic says, Double Dare was the bomb game show. Price is Right, the Sick Day show. George and I literally only concur like one in every 100.
And this
But
is
George knew it was the Sick show. When you stood home, that is what you watched. You watched The Price is Right. You laid in your bed after your parents left you home alone.
Yep.
And you were just like, I'm gonna just watch The Price is Right.
And you finally got a little bit of taste of what stay-at-home moms was doing.
Okay, and then you were like,
staying at home watching.
you were like, this big money, right? You wanted him to land on that shit on the wheel. Cause like, did you ever like imagine yourself like pulling the wheel down when you watched The Price is Right?
Oh, listen, I knew and I was
God.
convinced that if I ever pulled that wheel, I knew exactly how to pull it so I can get that big prize.
And Corey says, oh my God, yes, skipping school and watching The Price is Right. And then Mark says, Bob was hitting it and quitting it. He was spanking girls.
You know what
with
I
his
love
little
the
mic.
most? I used to love. You know what I used to love? I used to love at the end when they like when they would show them what they won and the vacation, and I'm like,
yeah.
damn,
Wait a
they
second.
going.
So George says the little mountain climber fell off the hill. Remember when the little mountain climber, he would get to the top and he'd go, yo lady hoo.
No, I actually don't remember that one.
You don't remember that?
No.
Oh shit. Listen. Number 5, Price is Right. And just some real interesting facts.
Yeah, like what's going on with my man now?
Who?
With
What?
isn't the screenshot that you wanted to put up?
Oh yeah, so like put up this screenshot real quick. Yo, real quick. Yo, why does Bob Barker look like Gargamel from the Smurfs?
Well, let me tell you
And
something.
shout out to Drew Carey, cause Drew Carey, he looking like a whole snack.
Yo,
You don't think so?
not only that,
He looking like a whole snack.
shout out to Drew Carey for giving us whose line is it anyway?
That was going to be my honorable mention.
You didn't tell me that.
Okay, that.
God damn it,
Evo.
Gina.
Goddamn 47.
God damn it, you were supposed to run that by me.
That was going to be, and hello, Melissa. Welcome to the stream.
What's
that
up,
was,
Melissa?
That was going to be my honorable mention. And the reason why I was going to say honorable mention, because whose line is it anyway? It was a show that you actually potentially couldn't participate in. So, like, you watch it for pure enjoyment.
Yeah, I used to love that
I
show.
fucking love Whose Line Is It Anyway? But I put it as an honorable mention only because I felt like it was a game show that wasn't really a game show, because Drew Carey would always be like, yeah, you just got 1,000 points. There was like really no game points to the show.
I love the what's it called? The improv aspect of it.
But that's what the whole show
That
was about, was
great.
improv.
Yeah, I love that part of it. He looked like that. They stretched his face back.
I said Gargamel.
One too many notches, man. Like they clicked it one too many times. They went past go. And
Melissa says that
not,
Drew lost a lot of weight. Yo, shout out to
too
Drew
long.
Carey, because he looks like a whole fucking snack. You could take that down. So let's move on to our number 5 for the night. Number 4. I apologize. I just did number 5, which was Price is Right, which was a sick game show, like George said. Number 5 for the night. TV game show. Number 4 goes to Wheel of Fortune. Big money, big money, big money, big money.
What show was that?
I don't fucking know.
Where they would be like, no whammies, no whammies.
Oh, Pyramid.
Was that what it's called?
I think it was. It was Pyramid.
I gotta find out.
Someone. Okay, no. Let someone from the audience figure that out. What show was it with the no whammies? But Wheel of Fortune takes the number 5 spot. That show has been on since the 70s. And Pat Sajak and Vanna White are still the hosts of that show. I want to just give you a really fun fact about Vanna White. Press your luck.
Press your luck.
I told you to let someone from the audience figure that out.
I mean, you're the one that said it. I just pulled it up. That was for us to know.
Okay. Fun fact about Wheel of Fortune. And the reason why Wheel of Fortune took our number 5 spot was because Wheel of Fortune is a game that I know that everybody, and don't lie to me, you have played that game from your home on your couch and you sat there and you were like, oh my God, when you went to the end and you had to pick the RSTLNE or whatever the fuck, you had to pick one vowel and like 3 consonants or whatever it was. You played that shit.
Yo,
you played it along with the people.
No. You know what I love best about Wheel of Fortune?
Tell me.
Is when people went to go guess what it said and they said some off the wall shit that wasn't even close to being. And sometimes they would say some like racist shit because they swore that's what it said. And they'd be like, Pat
Sajak would be like, actually, no, my man.
No, bro.
You fucked that up.
You fucked up.
I just want to say, do you know that Vanna White, who at one point had to turn the letters, who now currently just touches the letters.
Right.
Do you know how much money she makes per episode? Per episode.
I'm sure some probably sick shit because you know what? There is like she's literally part of the show. Like if they would have got rid of her, they just wouldn't be the same. So
okay. She makes $35,000 plus per episode.
Damn.
35 motherfucking thousand plus per episode.
Like, ding,
there are people in this United States of America, who do not make $35,000 a year. This chick is turning letters, fam. So I want that job.
Question, right? How many episodes were they shooting a season? How many?
Okay, so let's do the math really quick. Yeah. That show airs every night, Monday through Friday. So that is 5 times 4. Which is 20. So 20 times. So that's 20 shows a month, right? There's 12 months in the year. So do 20 times 12. Do 20. So 20 times 10 is 2,000.
20 times 12.
200. Excuse me. I apologize.
240.
So 240 shows a year. Times that by 35,000, Evo. And it tells you what she's making a year. Right there, you have your calculator right in front of you. 240 shows times $35,000 per show. Per show. 240 shows. Why are you so confused? 240 shows times 35,000.
So it was on all year? Like there wasn't seasons?
Even if there's reruns, what difference? She's getting paid for the reruns.
No, but
Evo.
she's not. But
okay, just do the simplistic math.
That math is off.
Doesn't matter.
I'm not,
240 shows. No. Okay, Evo, let's narrow it down. Let's say they take 4 vacation weeks a year.
How much is Vanna White paid per year? Whoa.
Oh, hello. Thank you.
For her work on the show, Vanna White earns roughly $10 million annually.
Thank you. Why do you think the math is off?
Vanna White's net worth, impressively, is amounting to roughly $70 million.
Thank you, fam. Girl. I want that fucking job.
Spin those letters.
And Corey said she wants that job.
Give me a vowel.
She will just do that shit for $10,000 a year.
What's Pat Sajak's annual? Whoa.
Exactly.
Pat Sajak, $15 million a year.
Okay, and
That's
you know what?
Disgusting.
Okay, and Pat Sajak been doing this since the 70s.
That is disgusting.
Why is it disgusting?
I mean, disgusting in a good way.
Okay, and you mean in a good way? You're using that slang.
It's just filthy.
Yo, Vic says 10 million. That's crazy.
Right.
Guys and ladies, what are we doing with our lives? We not getting paid $10 million a year for flipping a fucking. That shit blew my mind when I found that out.
So here's an interesting question: has anyone ever won the $1 million prize on the Wheel of Fortune? And with over 7,000 episodes filmed, Wheel of Fortune, you'd think that there would be lots of grand prize winners. However, in reality, only 3 contestants have ever won the $1 million prize.
Damn.
In 2 decades.
2 decades. 20 years.
Yo, they milked that. Yo, the network milked that.
Corey says she ain't shit.
You gotta prove that.
No, but like I could read it, but she says she ain't shit. Yo, Corey.
Man, white ain't shit.
Yo, true story. I ain't shit neither. I'm over here doing a live stream, buying equipment with $0 in my pocket, and Vanna White turning letters, making $35,000 an episode.
No, that's crazy.
I ain't shit.
That's crazy. We ain't doing nothing.
All right, we ain't doing shit. It's okay though. I'm gonna go eat a grilled cheese after this and be happy. Let's move on to number 3.
All right.
Number 3 out of our top 5 TV game shows. Number 3 goes to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
You know what? That show was dope.
By the way, I heard that.
You did?
Of course I did.
So everybody else heard it too.
I don't know how I'm going to muffle that out.
We just
But
gonna
anyway,
skip that shit.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Hosted by the late Regis Philbin. I love Regis Philbin. I just imagine Regis Philbin being behind scenes pinching young girls' butts. I know that that's super inappropriate.
God damn it, Gina.
And,
Why you doing like that?
But I don't mean it like in a bad way.
You might just throw dirt on them.
No, but I mean it like in a good way. Like,
Really?
And I'm going to tell you what I mean
in
by
Hollywood,
it.
that's not a good thing.
I know it's not a good thing, but I almost feel like what I mean by saying that is like I just imagine him doing it in like I'm still young type of thing. Like I'm still cute, but like not in a like aggressively sexual way.
Yeah, you know that shit don't fly in Hollywood no
I
more,
know
right?
it doesn't fly in Hollywood anymore,
even
but
s-
like honestly, I'm gonna just keep
If you
it
would have
real.
said that maybe like 6 years ago, maybe it might have sounded kind
Even
of cool.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Listen, I wouldn't mind if Regis Philbin pinch my butt. I would let him get that. I was just like, all right, Regis, you would left field right now, but you could get that.
But you'd be surprised what that little pinch butt that you let do could potentially lead to. It may potentially put you in an uncomfortable situation that you didn't want to be in.
Listen, there was a TikTok that I showed you that says, I work out not to be skinny. I work out to know that I could bust your ass. I would bust Regis Philbin's ass. I know that he has since left this earth and is in heaven. But Regis, you'd have pinched my butt and it would have been unwarranted. I'd have bust your ass. But I'm saying it in like a way where I thought like Regis Philbin, he was cute. He was cute. I love Regis.
Okay, Gina.
Okay? Yo, phone a friend. You need a lifeline. Okay?
Man.
I don't lift weights every day to be cute. I lift weights every day. So if a guy unwarranted pinches my butt, I'm fucking putting you in a chokehold.
Punch him in the throat.
So Corey says, bruh, that show gave me anxiety. Like the music and the lights, homie sweating. True story. When they were like, and like the lights would like dim, and you would be like, oh my God, what is this person? And they'd be like, dun. Is it A or is it fucking B? Or is it A or is it B? Because there was like that one option where you could take away like 2 of the answers.
You know what? I didn't really like that show that much.
Really?
Yeah, because I felt like there was like a way there was a way to manipulate that show. You know?
Really? How so? Come on.
Because you can give the person the answers.
Come on.
You know, you can dictate who the winner is.
So you thought that there was like a behind the scenes going on?
Yeah, of course.
You think so?
I felt that way.
They're giving away $1 million. I don't think so.
I mean, if they want the show to go in a certain way to where it's dramatic.
Hey, listen, nobody wants to see your butt, Chloe. Let's turn around. Okay, there you go. Good girl.
You know cats, man.
I know. But she like just had her butt in the camera. I'm like, oh God, don't nobody want to see that.
If they want to film the show in a certain way where they're promoting the drama in the show and the suspense, like Corey says, then of course they're going to narrate the show the way that they want it so that it brings in the viewers.
Yeah.
You know, and so if one person seems like the underdog, less likely to win, and that would really like draw in a lot more viewers and a lot more suspense and a lot more attention, then why not narrate it in that way?
Okay, I'm not gonna agree or disagree because like you and I have actually no clue if that's what was
Yeah, I'm
happening.
there's been shows, there's been movies and stuff like that about game shows that are like that.
So the reason why we chose, you and I, we talked about this, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, to be number 3 is because this is a show, again, that you sat home on your couch and you played along with it. You were able to answer the questions from home. And if you got an answer right at home, you thought you were the shit. And you were like, where's my fucking $1 million? You were so mad. Because like you felt like you should have won, especially if the person answered the question wrong.
Yeah.
You thought that you could be
There
on the
was
game
definitely
show.
some of the answers on there where I just felt like I could do this.
Right?
Yeah.
And
for sure.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was one of those shows.
Yeah.
It made you feel like you could potentially go on that show and win $1 million. So that's why.
Absolutely.
So that's why I took our number 3 spot. So I'm gonna read some. Read some comments. So Melissa says there's no point of winning any prizes on these shows if you don't have the money to pay for the taxes. I actually think that they subtract the taxes from your prize money.
Yeah, it's kind of like winning the lottery, where
Yeah.
they'll take the
So,
taxes,
like,
they take the taxes out before they.
So if you win $1 million,
Yeah.
they subtract the taxes from that $1 million. And then Mark says money can't bring happiness anyway. And then Corey says, "Bro, that show gave me anxiety." Oh, I already read that. And then Mark says, "Haha, who doesn't want to pinch young girls' butts?" And then Mark says that's the shit we do, bruh.
Oh, yeah. Just a little adjustment here. Sorry.
I'm afraid of you.
Shh, quiet.
I'm afraid of you when you do certain things. Please don't ever do that again. Okay, so
I just want to speak to you about your car insurance.
excuse me. I want to talk to you about your extended warranty. Okay, so let's move on to our number 2. Our number 2 spot for the best TV game show, top 5 TV game show, is my favorite. And I will then explain why it is only at number 2. The number 2 spot goes to fucking Jeopardy. Hosted by the late Alex Trebek.
Yeah, I didn't even watch that show like as religiously as you did, and that song is forever engraved in my head.
Jeopardy for me will be forever my favorite TV game show for a multitude of reasons. Number 1, I've been watching Jeopardy since I was 9 years old because, not to toot my own horn, I was in an excelled education program. And one of the things that I did with some of my groups of friends was we almost every other night as a group, we would watch Jeopardy together. And the more questions we could answer as a 9-10-year-old, we felt like we were fucking Einsteins. Then that led me to continue watching the show later on in my life. Fast forward, I don't know, into my teenage, early 20s, I then see Rosie Perez in White Man Can't Jump, and I'm like, yo, a Latina that wants to be on fucking Jeopardy? Bitch, that's me.
Yeah, well, Rosie Perez put Jeopardy on the map for me.
I'm like, Alex, what is a quiche?
Yeah.
Fruits that begin with the letter Q. Alex, what is a quiche? That was my shit. And still to this day, I still watch Jeopardy. It's on fucking Netflix, and I watch it. And the amount of times I get answers right, they will maybe be a day that I'm on Jeopardy. And I'm gonna wear a cute ass outfit like fucking
You know
Rosie
what's
Perez
funny,
did.
right? So for as smart as you have to be, you don't really get paid that much on Jeopardy.
It depends on how you play, because there's a guy, I don't know, it's actually currently not the current episodes, but there's a guy who literally almost every episode he won the episode with 30,000 plus.
Okay.
And by the time he got to the fucking finale, this dude had like almost close to $1 million. Yes, you can win some money.
But that's like the anomaly of the whole situation.
True.
Like you can go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, answer some fucking random ass questions and get $1 million. I felt
True.
like you could easily is that even saying right? It was easier to make $1 million on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire than it was on Jeopardy.
Agreed. So maybe someone from Jeopardy should have won on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
It would have killed it.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yo, guys, Jeopardy was my show.
It was a good show.
I love Jeopardy so much. And every question that I could answer in the literature category, I really feel like a boss. Because I know shit about literature. But when I can answer a literature question, I'm like, I read.
Yeah, well, trivia wasn't
I
really
read a
my
book
shit. So
every now and then.
if I could ever answer a question on Jeopardy, I felt like a boss.
Right? So Melissa says, but if we want a car, you have to pay the taxes on it. But if we want a car, you got to pay the taxes on it. Oh, that makes sense. So Melissa's saying, like, if you want a car, you would have to pay the taxes on the
Yeah,
car.
of course. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I actually didn't
Listen,
think about
Uncle
that.
Sam is fuck you, pay me.
And then Mark says, do you like stand-up comedy? Mark, we love stand-up comedy. And then Corey says, my favorite Jeopardy episodes was the one where Rosie Perez is in White Man Can't Jump. Thank you. Yes. And then Melissa, I'm not going to read that comment because we're about to get to our number one. Our number one out of our top 5 TV game shows. Guys and ladies, it goes to fucking Family Feud.
The old and the new.
Yes. And the reason why the number one spot went to Family Feud over Jeopardy was because Evo and I both felt that Family Feud is a show that you could watch as a family. So you could be young, teenage, old, and watch Family Feud and have a good time watching that show.
I felt like Steve Harvey kind of made it just a little bit more than just a family show with some of the stuff.
With some of the jokes that he
With
cracks?
some of the jokes and some of the questions that he started asking. He kind of made it more of an adult show. But still,
yeah, great
show.
So that was one of the things that I loved about Family Feud is watching people say some shit where they're just one of the clips that comes to mind right away was names that begin with the letter H.
Yeah.
And there was somebody on Current that was like, Jose. And Steve Harvey was like,
Bruh,
did you just say Jose? Because the guy thought that Jose started with an H, but little did this person know that Jose.
Yeah. It's with a J.
It's with a J, fam.
He just, the
Jose.
Yo, I really loved the outtakes, the Steve Harvey outtakes of that show. I mean, like that really brought that show back from what it was into something totally different and into its own.
But would you not say that when you watched Family Feud, if you got the number one spot again, did you feel like a boss?
Oh hell yeah!
You were like, oh shit! Yeah, I knew the number one.
Or at the end where they did the
when they did the 5 questions and you had to get 200 points.
Yeah, you got the number one, the one that was like most people interviewed at. Yes, that was.
You were like,
I was like,
you were like, you were like, I fucking know shit. I know shit. But in actuality, if you went on there, you would have froze like a fucking. Yeah. You'd have been like,
me and my whole family would have lost.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty smart.
Yeah, well,
a bitch get Jeopardy questions right on the regular.
Yeah, you might have been carrying your family.
And I would have been looking at y'all like, the fuck did you just say? Did you just say Jose? Fucking idiots. Anyway,
all right.
That was our top 5 for the night. That actually brings us to the end of our live for tonight because it is actually almost 10 minutes past 9:30, and we usually only go to 9:30. I actually had a lot of fun on this live.
Yeah.
I think that we need to drink Ciroc regularly.
Yeah, we're gonna make that one of our regulars because we're gonna add that to the regular rotation.
To the what is it called? To the roster. Yeah, we're gonna add Ciroc to the roster.
We're definitely gonna keep that on rotation, especially now that we're in the spring.
Yeah, because you said summer drink, and I was like, Evo, it's only spring, but you jump. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, she said goodbye. Thank you for joining us for a top 5, Chloe. But yes, wait, I just want to read a couple comments before we log off. So, Cosmic says, good point on the taxes. Melissa out here pointing taxes. She's like, yo, listen, I'm not going on these shows because I ain't got no money for taxes.
Uncle Sam is like,
same.
Give me my money.
Right? Fucking Uncle Sam. I'm like homie the clown. Homie don't play that. And then Cosmic says, facts about your opinion on Family Feud. And then Corey's like, ha ha ha. And Cosmic says, it was talking about JLO that made you happy. It did, because you know what? I'm all about strong women. I've always been about strong women. And women doing their motherfucking thing. And JLo's been doing her motherfucking thing since day one.
Yo, do you, just real quick on taxes real quick before we go. Do you know that, I mean, me saying this is, it's an obvious thing. And when I say it, you're like, yeah, well, obviously. But Did you know that the government is the biggest crook there is on the planet?
Well, that's obvious, and if you
Right.
don't know that, then
But it's because of the way that the tax system is set up, right?
okay.
You know that every dollar spent
Mhm.
is taxed
Mhm.
3 to 4 times.
I'm not really sure how that math works, but
Right.
I'm not going to disagree
I'll
with you.
explain it to you, right? So I earn money,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
I pay taxes on that dollar. I get a dollar.
Mhm.
I pay taxes because I earn that money, right?
I'm sorry, I'm just going to just stop you right there.
Why?
The minute that you said I got a dollar, I just thought about Little Rascals. I got a dollar.
Right.
I got a dollar. I got a dollar. Hey, hey, hey,
Okay.
hey. Sorry.
Thank you for diverting my economic lesson on how the government makes money hand over fist. I mean, like, yo, this is
so
this is
you
the
earn
actually
a dollar, you
actually
earn a dollar,
yeah,
it gets taxed.
this
Go
is the
ahead.
most genius way to make money.
Okay.
And it's monopolized by the government,
Spit
right?
facts, Evo.
So if I earn a dollar, I have to pay earned income taxes on that dollar.
Yes,
The
you
government
do.
gets taxes on that dollar.
Which is 30% of your income.
30% of my income. Actually, it breaks down a little bit different, but
Yeah, but it's
right.
Generally about
Yeah.
30%.
So now I've just paid taxes on that dollar, right?
Mhm.
Then I take that dollar and I spend it somewhere,
Mhm.
and that dollar is taxed. I pay taxes again, twice
Correct.
on the same dollar,
So tell me the third time.
right? So then now you have earned. I went to you. I bought something off of you. You charged me tax,
Mhm.
right? Now that's earned income for you.
Mhm.
You have now paid earned income taxes on that same dollar,
Tell 'em why you mad, son.
bruh.
Tell 'em why you mad, son.
Where's your flex? Can you drop a bomb for me, please?
I'm just going to tell you how that potentially doesn't work 3 times. Because if you're a large corporation like Amazon that doesn't pay taxes, because if you're getting
Okay.
your
Yes.
wait,
Yes.
wait,
There
wait,
are
oh, wait,
loopholes.
can I
Of
finish?
course. Yes.
Because evil jumping on
Okay.
me. If you're a large corporation like Amazon that you're not paying corporate taxes because you're getting an incentive for 30 motherfucking years.
Yeah. But guess what?
So your dollars that are being spent
Mhm.
on your company that are being taxed by the government, you're not
Okay,
paying taxes on that.
But guess what?
For the small
Okay,
business
no,
owner,
no, but let's talk about Amazon. Okay, Amazon gets tax breaks, right? Why? Because
guess what?
they get tax breaks.
That's not what you just said.
Okay, that's what I said. Okay, Amazon gets tax breaks, right?
I'm
This
just
is
so
your
happy
statement,
that
right?
we have this live because I'm gonna replay that to you. I'm
yeah,
like,
you
that's
are.
not what you
And
said.
I'm still gonna deny it. All right. So you're right. So you're saying Amazon gets these tax breaks, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? Amazon provides employees,
Mm-hmm.
millions. No, I mean that might be an overstatement, but by tens of thousands of employees, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of those employees pay income tax. That's why Amazon.
Yeah, but you already broke that down. You already
Right.
broke that down.
But
That was at the beginning.
yes,
You earn a dollar,
right.
you get taxed.
But it's because of Amazon.
Mhm.
Amazon employs all of these people that the
Mhm.
government gets to collect those taxes on, right?
Mhm.
And then those people take that money and they go spend it, and the government collects taxes on that money.
I understand that,
right?
but your third stopgap was spending your earned tax dollar on a corporation. And I just said there are some corporations that are then not getting taxed on that earned tax dollar. That was just my
Yes,
one,
there are
the
some,
third.
but
Yeah, I know.
regardless of the fact of the matter is that even though that exists, what I'm stating does exist. It is a system
Agreed.
that's real.
Agreed, but I'm
Okay.
just saying that there are some loopholes
Of
to that.
course there are. Taxes wouldn't be taxes if there weren't loopholes.
Taxes is taxes is taxes.
Shit. Taxes was made for the wealthy.
Agreed.
Because
The people that created taxes were the wealthy.
yes, the tax code is written because the government wants you to spend money on things that they don't want to spend money on, and they're willing to give you a tax break if you do it the way that they want you to do it.
That's why part of the loophole is to be self-employed.
That's part of it, and it also is part of it is to find out what it is that the government wants you to spend money on, so that you can write it off against your business, and you can get tax credits on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, because you and I learned the hard way. Me personally, I used to think, oh my God, I'm not getting my tax return. I'm so angry. And then I became self-employed and I was like, actually,
Like,
this is actually what I'm going to do. I don't need no money back.
Like,
you know why I don't need no money back?
yeah.
Because I ain't paying no money.
Yeah, well, because we're writing a lot of stuff off for business purposes.
Well, it's because it's 100% true.
Yeah.
But anyway, we diverted. I don't even know how
bit.
we got on the conversation of
Bit.
taxes. But again, if you're enjoying the stream, please go ahead and press that like button. Because I don't know how there's 9 people watching, but they're not pressing that like button. But it's all good. I ain't going to get mad. I'm going to read the last couple of comments, and then we're going to peace out for the rest of the night. So, Vic says, common woke saying, taxation is theft. Mind blown indeed. And then Mr. Jones says, I'm getting mad just thinking about this is how we are getting robbed.
Bro, strong-armed.
Right? They are taking your money.
Strong.
Right? Strong.
Shit got muscles, right?
Muscles. It's actually 9:45.
Yeah.
We're actually going to sign off for the night. We would like to thank all the
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen that joined us this evening. We appreciate you. We hope to see you next Friday on Shit Talk Fridays,
Always a pleasure having you.
where we have drinks with a splash of controversy.
Just a little bit. A little sprinkle of controversy.
And I'm drinking Ciroc next Friday. Even though I'm going to be dead because this bitch got to work. But again, we appreciate you.
Yes.
Hope to see you next Friday. But until next time, peace out.
Peace out.